Welcome back to the 888 Poker Weber Cup 13 here at the Barnsley Metrodome. And the news is definitely not good for the team in blue. Team Europe really suffering at the hands of an American onslaught. USA lead 14-7 in this race to 17 points. And unfortunately, if the USA keep playing like this, it could be over very quickly indeed. Scotch doubles next up then. And Team Europe need a win so desperately. They have to start the comeback somewhere, and it really has to start here, otherwise there will be just too much space between them and the Americans, and the comeback required will be of such monumental proportions that it would set history and break all the records. And Mika Koivuniemi, well, if you looked at this lineup at the start of Weber Cup 13 and said, OK, you're in a tough position, who would you pick, who would you want at the foul line right now? You'd probably say this man for Team Europe. Gets the strike first up.
Well, he looked kind of surprised, but there was a few moose calls from the crowd and a high five from Stuart Williams. Not the perfect pocket shot. It's a freshly dressed lane, 38 feet of lane all, but he's way wide there. Light in the pocket there, and the 5-pin is the last one to go, but they have all gone. An opening strike for Team Europe.
Chris Barnes straight into it. The one factor that I guess we should introduce at this point, not just because Chris has missed, but he would prefer to play on the older oil pattern. This is fresh and this doesn't suit him.
Well, let's not say it doesn't suit him. He could probably average 220 plus on it. But yes, he prefers a lane that's been played on, probably a little bit of a drier area for him to open up the lane and get more angle. It's just a personal preference, but I'm sure he's got the right equipment that will certainly see him through this game until some of the oil just moves around a little bit, gives him a wider angle of attack.
Not a problem. Spare first up for Team USA as Stuart Williams steps up. And unfortunately, from Stuart Williams' point of view, when he played Scotch doubles with Dominic Barrett a couple of games ago, he had a torrid time.
Well, that shot was left of target as soon as it left his hand, and he knew that, and we could see where it ended up. It's left the 369 and the 10-pin for Dom Barrett to spare. But as soon as this one is released, it's just inside his mark, and it's going nowhere but left. You can just see it pick up there in the dry back end, and it's straight through the face of the number 1 pin. And this is not the easiest spares to leave.
A few repairs there to the fingers and the tape, and Mika Koivuniemi just beckoning a couple of latecomers into their seats. And I think they are part of the Team USA Appreciation Society. So, yeah, conspiracy theories all round, Cass.
Oh, they're just late, aren't they? Come on.
Come on then, Mika. Boy, the Team Europe need this man right now.
Certainly not the easiest of spares, as I mentioned. And unfortunately, it is the open frame that we were dreading.
Not much chat between those two. They are suffering in Weber Cup 13.
It's not a good sign. It's only the second frame, is it? And if they can't get themselves up for it, I know these two can. Barnes and Fagan. What a dynamic duo they are.
Brooklyn nearly gets the carry on the pins as well, but that was not a good shot by Chris Barnes.
It just shows how much reaction there is in the back end. If you're not in the right place, if you're not quite wide enough, you're not going to make the pocket. But if you're too tight on the head pin, you're going to cross left-hand side. And unfortunately, he didn't even carry the Brooklyn there.
There's almost more chat between the Europeans and the Americans than there is within the European camp. They did try and share some information, but There's more consternation than information.
With the lead that the Americans have, they're not going to worry too much. Obviously, they would still like to sew this game up, but it's early days, and it's don't panic, captain.
Williams then has to find his strike line. And he's got one. There's his girlfriend, Tina Strictly, in the audience. Flew in from Phoenix to be here to watch him play Weber Cup 13. So her allegiance is very much with Team Europe, despite her heritage.
Yeah, Stuart got his radar a little bit better directed on that shot. Made the headpin and managed to carry all 10.
Ooh, lucky boy.
Ooh, dear, oh dear. That shot got kind of wide. Chris Barnes is Superman, we know that, and so do his fans. Just got a little bit wide on that shot down lane. Came back and made the pocket, but it was swishing behind the headpin. Almost left the 7-10, and you can see the funny side of it. But it's Mike Fagan that's got to spare the single pin.
Fagan takes this out. USA still have the lead, potentially on a maximum of 268 v 266. Chris Barnes said coming into last night's session that if his team could get a 3-point lead, he'd be happy with that cushion. He felt that was enough to cover the danger men in Team Europe. Well, he's got more than that. He's got more than double that.
Yes, it's difficult to consider putting money on Team Europe coming back and actually winning the Weber Cup at this particular time. 7-point margin. It's just huge.
Gets it, but didn't deserve it. But Koivuniemi will take anything that's on offer.
Well, the important thing is not only was it a strike, just about, it was a double as well for Team Europe. So that's going to set them up. Now just watch this shot. High backswing from Koivuniemi, the snap of the wrist, the lofted shot, gets out to that down the lane marker, straight in the pocket, but the ball's so powerful it just cuts through, misses the 9-pin, which fortunately gets a little tap from behind and goes, so it counts as 10. And more importantly, as I say, it is that double.
Puts pressure on this ball from Barnes. Last he's found the strike. He's been persevering with that line, and it's finally worked for him.
Yes, a couple of shots in the same place. Just moves maybe just a little bit of ball left and right, gives him the groove to go in, find that angle, get the reaction he wants in the back end and carry all 10.
More from this tightly contested doubles match after the break.